Alright, so I hadn't intended on doing a video today, but sometimes I am going through my Facebook feed and I see things and I'm just like, okay, I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. So, this is really going to be a pep talk, and it might be kind of lengthy because I really don't know how to shorten this up, and I have a lot to say. So this is really weird for me because I have been in direct sales for a long time, and so I know that I have been used to going to YouTube or, you know, watching videos that others have done for pep talks, so it's kind of weird for me to be doing one. But there are so many new followers on my YouTube account. Yay! Hello, everyone. And I want to make sure that I can share this with my team, but I really think that it kind of goes along with any direct sales that you might be doing. So here it is. It's just going to be like off the cuff here. I'm just going to go with it. So there's a couple things that I see when I'm going through my Facebook, and, you know, it's consultants getting frustrated, and, you know, it is the beginning of the summer months. And sometimes the summer months can be a little bit more tricky to work with. Is it impossible? Heck no, it is not impossible. You can still work your business. You just have to kind of be a little more flexible in your thinking. So, first of all, direct sales is not magical. I'm sorry if you thought it was, but it's not. It is not magical. We are given an opportunity with direct sales, especially Pink Zebra, to just, you know, work the hours we want to change people's lives, to offer people amazing products, which goes along with any direct sales, honestly. You know, but I'm just a little bit more partial to Pink Zebra. But with that is the fact that it is not magical. Success is not going to happen overnight. It isn't going to happen. It could happen in a couple of months, but more than likely not. You have got to put in the effort. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. Am I saying that you need to be working your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Absolutely not. Because if you watch any of my other videos, you know that that is not my thinking at all. I feel like, you know, we are given an opportunity with this business, but also we are moms and wives and etc. first. So just throwing that out there, that I don't think you need to work your business 24/7. It's all about how you organize your day, and it's all about in the way that you work your business. So kind of think of your business as a garden, and I've said this before in some of my other videos. When you plant a garden, it takes a lot of work. You've got to prepare it. You've got to think about what you want to plant, how you want to plant it. You've got to decide how big you want it to be. Then you've got to till it, and you've kind of got to get the rocks out of the garden, you know, any of the old grass, weeds, stuff like that. You got to pull that out before you even plant it. Then you plant your garden, and once it's planted, you still have to work. You've still got to get out there, and you've got to weed it. You've got to make sure it's got water, it's got sunlight, and most importantly is the weeding part, which is kind of like your negative thoughts. So you've got to get in there, and you've just got to keep, you know, working up the ground. You got to keep making sure that your plants are doing well. You got to check back with them. You can't just leave them out there unattended. And then eventually you're going to harvest it. But what happens after you harvest it? You replant again. So it is a continuous cycle. And if you know anything about gardens, you can totally relate to this. So when you're planting your garden and you're kind of planning it out, planning what you want to put in your garden is kind of like your why. What do you want from your business? Do you want to make extra cash? Do you want to take your kids on a vacation that you maybe wouldn't have before? Do you want to pay off some bills? Do you want to promote to the next level? Do you want to just go all out and, you know, build a team and recruit and, you know, work it as a business? You know, kind of decide what your why is, how big you want to go. Do you just want a little garden, you know, that is enough to keep you active? Do you want to go medium or big? You have to decide that first. Then you're going to go through and you're going to pull out the rocks and the dead grass and the other stuff that might be in there. And my garden is usually glass and nails. It's horrible. But glass and nails that may be in my garden is some of the doubts, some of the self-confidence issues that I've got. I've got to pull them out and go, okay, I'm taking these out because I want a fresh tilled garden, you know, with great dirt. So you got to pull them out. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start working up the ground, which is going to be passing out your business cards. You're going to be passing out samples, catalogs, posting on Facebook, on Instagram, your other social media accounts. You're going to be looking in your back office. You're going to be training yourself, which is super important, because if you don't know anything about gardening or your business, you're not going to be able to make anything grow. So you've got to make sure that you're constantly doing that. So you're going to get all ready to go. Then you're ready to plant. And planting is going to be like asking for bookings. You're going to put out little seeds, hey, would you be interested in having a party? Putting out a seed for your launch party. You're going to be putting out seeds for people that you may know that may be interested in the business that might want to join with you, so you can all learn together. And then once you do that, you're just going to keep watering, which is going to be following up with your bookings, following up with those leads that you may get when you were out planting seeds. Then you're going to need to come back and you're going to need to keep tending to the garden. Is everybody going to want to book a party right now? Probably not. Is everybody going to want to join your team right now? Probably not. But you got to keep coming back every so often and checking in on them, just like you're checking in on your plants. So while you're waiting for things to grow, things are not going to grow magically. As I've said before, it takes time, as does the plants in your garden. So what do you do in the meantime? You can get in your back office again and do some extra training. You are always a consultant for it first. I might be a manager now, but I'm a consultant first. I've always got to be working my business. So go online, find some, put in Google search, find different things that might be a weakness for you that you need some training on. Get on YouTube, search my videos. There's tons of videos on there. Go into different groups, your team page, find some ideas in there. Just constantly be working on yourself so that you're knowledgeable enough to be able to keep tending to these plants. So, you're just going to kind of keep that cycle. You're going to keep checking in on them. You're going to keep working on yourself. Keep planting more seeds, keep getting a bigger garden, and then eventually things are going to grow. You're going to get those bookings, and from those bookings, you're going to plant even more seeds at that party to keep going, and it's a continuous cycle. So that really is my best way of, because I really work better when I can relate something to something that I'm familiar with, and that analogy just works so well with me, so maybe it'll work well with you as well. I have been in this business since October. It'll be 2 years this year, so a year and a half. I've been in direct sales for 4 years. This didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in my first month, nor my second, nor my third, nor my fourth. And actually, I'm still going. Just because I hit leadership does not mean that I've given up. I have more levels that I want to hit. There's more people's lives that I want to bless with Pink Zebra. So I'm constantly going. So just because I've hit this spot, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you have such a huge team. And I think that some of them think I'm just like sitting back and just like, yep, I got a big team. Let them do all the work. Not a chance. That is not the case at all. I am still out there working my business just like everybody else. In the 4 years that I've been doing direct sales total, I have done a ton of vendor shows. I've done a ton of parties. I have had people tell me no. I have done so many launch parties. I just can't even tell you how many catalogs, business cards, pamphlets I've passed out, and I'm still passing out. I'm still doing all of those things for my business. Just because I reach a level does not make me any more different than you. We're all doing the same things with your business, and if you're a leader, you should be doing the same things that you're telling your consultants to do. So it's just a continuous process, and you have got to be patient, and you have got to be consistent. And it doesn't take much. If you just do 20 minutes or an hour a day, as long as you're doing something every day for your business, you will have growth eventually. But what you do now, you may not see results on for 6 months. So you've got to be continuously doing it. And especially with the summer ahead of us, if you get into a point where you're like, I just don't want to work my business, you have that opportunity, you have that option with Direct Sales or Pink Zebra to say, I don't want to work this summer. That's okay. But you've got to take into consideration what is going to happen. Or if you think that you're going to take the summer off and then August 1st is going to come and you're just going to go, come back and everything's going to be the same, it's not. You're going to have to start your garden over. You can't just give up in your garden and think that, in 2 weeks or a couple months, it'll still be there. It will have withered down. So that is something to take into consideration. So you've really just got to keep going and just don't ever feel like, I just don't have any more contacts. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. There's no possible way that you would have asked every single person in your town if they'd be interested in Pink Zebra. There's no possible way. Every single person that you know knows more people. If, you've been going to the same salon and, maybe you need to go to a different one. Going to the same checkout line, go to a different one. Just constantly be thinking of different ways, and when you kind of get in that mindset, then it kind of helps. You kind of realize, okay, I've got to do something different. But most importantly, you've got to keep the determination. You've got to keep determined. If you're getting to the point where you're not determined, you need to take a break. You need to just step aside and go, okay, I'm frustrated. I'm just going to take a day and just take a day, shut your Facebook notifications off and just relax. That's perfectly fine. Take a weekend. Just take a hot bubble bath, whatever you need. Just take some time to relax and think about why you started Pink Zebra. Remember how excited you were when you got that pink box at your doorstep. Remember how it felt opening that box and you could smell it already. How excited you were. Remember what your why was. If you've already achieved it, find a different one. How is Pink Zebra going to change your life? And what do you want from it? You've got to have a goal in place. And also, you've got to remember that you have a whole upline that cares about you. No matter what level you are on my team or on anybody's team, you have an upline that cares. And so that's what we're there for. We're there to just, keep cheering you on and to help you in any way possible. So I just wanted to do a little pep talk and I know sometimes people get frustrated or they get kind of down on their luck, and especially when you're new consultants, sometimes you feel like I'm not sure what to do next. I wanted to kind of give this video and just kind of let you know what you should be doing or what you could be doing, because are we going to change lives with Pink Zebra? Heck yeah, we are. Are we going to bring extra income for our families? Yes, we are. But we have got to stay determined, and we have got to just want this, and we are going to go to the top together. That's what I always tell you girls, and we're gonna do this. Heck yeah, we're gonna do it. So I just want to do a little pep talk, and just if anybody ever is feeling down, you can always reach out to me and I will give you a little more pep in your step. So have a fabulous weekend, and Monday is midway through the month, so I'm really excited to get that going. So have a great weekend.